My name is Jay Rosenthal.
And I'm Krista Raymer.
And this is Pot of Flowers, the official podcast of Hall of Flowers. We are at day 2 in Toronto, Hall of Flowers, September 2023, which is the second Toronto show of Hall of Flowers in history.
Yes.
We are well into our second day, and we are learning a lot, making new friends, reacquainting ourselves with old friends. Ian is here. Give us the 101 on Ian, and then we'll dive deep.
Dive into it. Ian Scott from Plant Life Cannabis out in Alberta, retailer of 39 stores right now. So,
what was the number?
39.
39.
39, yeah.
Okay, but you're kind of an interesting attendee because the show is in Ontario, and you traveled in for the show. Yeah. And maybe there's a couple retailers who have, but like you very much have an Alberta presence, but you're here. What brought you to Toronto, Hall of Flowers?
My first Hall of Flowers, number one.
Okay.
We were lucky enough, we came out on Sunday, brought about 12 of the team out here. So as far as events in Canada and gathering the team together and the industry together, one of the ones I would say that's probably a can't miss. Coming in here right now, the conversations, the meetings of the minds, there's some absolute weapons in the industry of talent that's out and about there on all kind of avenues, and it was one I didn't want to miss to be able to sit down and have some conversations.
And when you say conversations, with brands, with other, like what, with
brands, other retailers, to learn from everything, people with solutions for in the retail space. I think to just interact with the people that are decision makers and movers and leaders in the industry.
So when you got here, because this is like a first time,
yes,
you walked in yesterday.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Very clean as far as the execution of it. I think anybody coming in and attending some other kind of gatherings in the industry that are happening, anybody from outside the industry has their preconceived notions of what you would expect walking into a cannabis gathering, a Hall of Flowers, you name it, that from the outside. So really great to walk in and see the amount of time, effort that Hall of Flowers has put on to put on an event, but the time and effort from the presenters, the retailers, the licensed producers, and some of the people that are out there is amazing to see. It's great to see the effort they put towards putting on a show, to being introduced some rollout of products, to having the best in the industry out and representing. It's amazing to see. Rejuvenates and gives you life in cannabis, and it's one of the best parts of cannabis in the industry is people are grinding. Everybody's got to fight from their own position and what they're doing day in and day out, and to be able to come and gather with some people that are having a great time, being able to talk and interact with some people that you've never met before, or learn from some people, have some conversations. This is an amazing, fun part of the industry and an amazing gathering of the people that are carving what this industry is across the country. So
you and Plant Life, you started opening stores like pretty much around legalization. You've taken the time to build the store portfolio. Mm-hmm. What is something that you think about on a day-to-day today that 3 years ago you didn't think about at all?
In the growth cycle, when you first started out, we're 39 stores right now. So when we look, it's growth to operations. For a long time, we were always looking towards the next store and the next store and the next store. Over the last stretch, we've opened a couple stores over the last year, but focusing a lot more on the people aspect of it. And I think that when we sit down and in Alberta, we always talk about, and what I always talk about is, we're going to win with our people, not with prices. I'm not a price-driven retailer right now. I'm a people-driven retailer, and we have a group of exceptional individuals in Alberta and exceptional individuals on my team and with Plant Life that are really setting us apart in the industry and setting us apart in Alberta. So the last 6 months, year, we have turned our focus very much internally. I'm aware of what's going on outside and other retailers and fans, and the utmost respect for everybody else that's in this industry. But Plant Life's biggest opportunity and where we are as a retailer, if I'm going to say that we're going to win with people, not prices, we better have the best people in the industry and to give them the training, the tools to be successful. And it's the budtender and the frontline employees are the most important people in this industry.
And that equates to when you say people over prices. You know that a great bud tender or a great staff in a store means X number of sales, larger baskets, return customers, like all those things.
Yep.
And you track all that and can see it on a register level or an individual level or a store level. Yeah,
absolutely. So average basket, AGC, whatever you want to call it, to see the success and the conversion rate, right? I've been latching onto this statement: if we master the employee journey, the guest journey will be very easy. That's what I truly feel right now, to have a group and an army of people that are passionate about cannabis, that want to grow the industry. We're still very much in infancy stages, but if you want to set yourself apart and really kind of plant our flag, we've been planting our flag in Alberta, and that's to give people an experience when people are coming in our doors, to have a group of passionate people that want to talk, want to interact with people coming through the doors. It's fun. We're selling cannabis.
Right.
Is the reality. This is fun. Everybody's having fun, right? Yeah. So we're selling cannabis, and it's that's our last little internal kind of push anyway, and it's going to be an everyday. That's what it is.
What is the challenge of finding people? Because I think it's interesting. Like, I'm in a different line of work than my wife, and I'm involved in the kids' school. And regardless of the industry sector size, it generally comes down to the pain points or the success are actually about people. Yeah. It doesn't matter the size. It's about people. How do you go about finding those people? What is the Plant Life secret sauce to finding the right people?
I don't know if there's necessarily a secret sauce. I think we're doing well at it, but I think there's always an opportunity. We've done very well since the beginning, where our team generally sticks pretty close to working with Plant Life and to have the longevity with them. I think when you're looking towards a team, it's not always finances. It's feeling seen, feeling heard, being engaged, being able to make an impact all the way around. And we spend a lot of time on the onboarding. When we have somebody come through our doors, I think it's kind of twofold as far as what needs to be done. If they're investing the time with us, I want to make sure we're investing the time with them. It's a partnership. It's an employee. It's a team member of what we're doing, but no secret sauce. There's a lot of people that have cycled through a handful of stores that are out in the industry, and to find somebody, do you want somebody with necessarily cannabis experience? Yes. You want something with pride, maybe not experience, or do you need somebody that can come in from an outside retail or hospitality, that is able to have a conversation, that is able to be passionate about cannabis and to pride. Biggest thing is pride. That's it's a very hard thing to necessarily hit on the head during a quick interview with somebody, right? So there's no secret sauce. We're doing our best, the same as anybody, but
it's also very hard to train. It's ingrained, I think. Yeah, right? It's endemic to that individual.
Absolutely. If you've had somebody that's worked at other retailers or whatever else, there's some habits that come in hospitality as well. There's the habits that old habits die hard. The same thing in the retail landscape for sure.
Like you coming from hospitality, you have an interesting view of product knowledge versus selling, how you translate that information, what is relevant to the customer and when. And I think a couple of years ago, we started to have this conversation of being like, hospitality is kind of an interesting industry to pull out of for those teams that are customer facing, because we have to be able to translate a lot of complex information to a customer really easily.
Quickly. Yeah. And going back to the most important people in this industry are the budtenders. Any brands coming to market, you deal with the biases of somebody, you deal with preconceived notions, product in the past, and those are the group of people that are really on the front lines carving in the voice of cannabis to guests coming through the doors. And how do you have the proper message and the message that you would like to see? And like we said, the last years have been a grind on everybody, but have people that are not afraid to hop back in the fire and not afraid to be on the front lines and again, grow, push. Yeah.
So we've been asking everybody.
Ooh.
What is one thing that you want to walk away from learning today while at Hall of Flowers?
Today.
Or yesterday.
Or yesterday.
Wow. Let's be specific.
Got to start fresh. There's a couple hours left here. One thing that I would like to learn today. Oh, wow. I would like to learn. I was actually standing beside here at the training, going back to people being one of the most important portions of what we're doing. We did that a lot in this time here, but learning a little bit more about the training is the reality on here. Going back, I have great relationships with a lot of the licensed producers in here. I have a great relationship with a lot of the people in here. Learning a little bit more on the training aspect to increase some sales training internally in our team as far as that goes. But I learned from everybody. I don't think I couldn't even count the amount of things that I've learned over the last little stretch. Being in here, interacting with people, going back to having a ton of weapons in our room in here. Everybody you interact with, you learn something from. It is the reality that I have the ability to talk to the people making the decisions in cannabis in Canada, myself in Alberta, being one of those as well. You learn a little bit from everybody. I don't know if there's something to specifically target, but it's amazing. The learning is nonstop when you're in here in a very positive way. So that's one direct for you. It's
pretty
not
good.
At all,
Yeah.
but
No, it's very good.
Everybody you're talking to, there's something to learn from. So
Very good.
Yeah.
Knowledge sharing, big part of where we are right now in the industry for sure.
Yeah, and it's nice I think you're seeing that more and more for a long time, and ourselves, retails, everybody, it's kind of blinders on and you focus on, you don't want to talk to somebody else that's in the same lane and learn from your struggles, going through the same struggle. Knowledge sharing, I think you're seeing more and more right now. I think it's being shared a lot more frequently, and great to see.
Well, we appreciate you making time and being here, and we hope you had a good time in Toronto.
Beautiful. Thank you
Aside
very much.
from all of it, we hope you had a good time in Toronto.
Appreciate you having me on. Congratulations.
Oh no, thank you, and we look forward to connecting with you at the next Hall of Flowers in Toronto, or maybe in Edmonton or
Out West.
Yeah.
Out West.
Yeah.
Let's do
West
it.
needs some love too.
We'll be there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krista.
Thank you.